So yesterday's exercise, I asked you to first, okay, write, then wait for 1 or 2 hours. Whatever you have written, you just read. Whether you understand. Then I asked you, just give it to your friend, see whether your friend is able to understand what you have written. Anybody tried that? If you have tried, can you raise your hands? Only one hand is raised. I think people have not done that. Okay. Remember one thing. Okay. 2 hands raised. Okay. I have 2 people who have raised the hands for this question. So what did you find? Can I open your mic, Sellamuthu Kumar? Is it okay if I open your mic, or Shaktivel? Can I open your mic? I'll open Shaktivel your mic. You can answer if you would like to. I just open for a brief time. Okay. So you can now talk, Shaktivel. You mentioned that you tried that trick. How did you find? You reading your own writings. You can talk now, Shaktivel. I am opening for Sellamuthu Kumar also. Sellamuthu Kumar, you can also talk if you would like to share that experience. What exactly had happened when you read your own writings? Or you can type it also and then send it to me. Okay. I think you are not answering, so I'll just mute yourself. Okay. So I will give chance to people so that you can talk. Okay. That is very important. Reason is, unless you participate, getting that word out of your mouth is the biggest thing for companies. People don't ask questions. People don't answer when they're supposed to answer. This is one of the biggest things. But they claim that I know Java, but how do I know that you have understood whatever I have given? So people who have not tried this exercise, is no point. So do it. We always want people who are doers, not talkers. So please go ahead and then do it at least today. In companies, whatever you have written, it by the evening, the morning you write, by evening or even by the afternoon, it is read by somebody else. You will get comments back. So that fast. So that is a must activity. So first thing is, you read your own writings. Whatever you have written, you read after 1 or 2 hours. You will see a difference in that. When the other person reads, you will also get a lot of inputs whether you have written it correctly or not. Okay. With that, what I will do is I will just come back to my screen. Today's portion. Okay. Today's portion is this thing. Concepts of fields, page, form, workflow. This will go for a few days, 1 or 2 days. Okay. The third point will go for a few days. You need to understand that. What does that mean? What does that mean? I am opening one application to you. Okay. So an application that we have hosted. What I will do is I will share this URL to you soon after I finish it. The user ID password is admin. ADMIN, you can log in. This is a kind of a crude ERP. Okay. What does it do? Any application you see, there will be screens like this, links or icons or menus. Any application, you know that. Whether it is Ola, whether it is Zomato, whether it is LinkedIn, whether it is Gmail, whether it is GChat or Gmeet, there is a screen. Within the screen, either links or icons. Within that, if you click something, a link, it will take to another page. For example, I take this tax code. I click on this tax code. It opens a new page. So a link is a control. I click on it. And you can see this is a static text. This is a static text. This is text box. This is a text box. This is a button. This is a button. This is a grid. A grid is nothing but a table. This is a column. This is a column. These are all, each one is a row. And whenever I make a click on a button or a link, some action happens. So all applications will have pages. Within the page, there will be elements. Those elements can be text box, list box, link, button, or a grid with rows and columns. Any application you go, it will be like this only. So if I go to Zoho screen, Zoho webinar itself, okay, this is a tab. This is again an item. This is like a grid, right? This is like a grid. This is like a grid again, right? And this is another grid. Within this tab, you see multiple line items. This is one row. This is one row. This is a button. This is a button. This is a button. This is a link, right? So any application you go to Google's page. Again, this is an image. There's a text box. There are icons. So everywhere, whether it is Notepad or whether it is Zoho applications, okay. So there's a huge amount of development done for all these applications, okay. Who did? Those respective people have done it. The developers have done it. It may be a website or it may be a notepad. In this notepad, all these things are tabs. This is a window. This is a menu. This is an icon. Everywhere you go, this is the organization. So you always have page or screen, okay. Page are also known as screen, are also known as form. Within this page, elements. This element can be a list box, this can be a button, this can be a link, this can be a text box, or it can be a grid. It can be anything, or an icon, image, all control mechanisms. Within this, what you do? In any application, what exactly you do? Let me go back to my screen. I go to this one. I, as user, enter something or click something. I click back to main page. I click on this system response. I click on this system response and then it opens a page. So you act, system reacts. Okay. You act, your actions are click or scroll or type or double click. What else you do? Your actions with respect to mouse is click, double click, right click or scroll. Using the keyboard you type. Then system reacts. The reaction may be go to another page or display message. It can be one of these things or do nothing. For example, I go back to the screen. I go here, I type my code 1. I type. Then I say, this is my code. I type. My action is typing, system's reaction is displaying. I type, system displays. Then I click add. What happens? Whether that actually stored or not, I do not know. How do I know whether it is added or not? It is not added in the first line, so I can expect it may be added as the last item. Suppose I click on last, go to the last one. Oh, here it is. I added my code 1. This is my code. It added here. Now I say click edit. My action is I click on it. System's reaction is whatever I clicked, it displayed those values here. Now I again act updated now. Again I click add. Okay. Systems, it clears these fields. Then I click last once again. Oh, okay, good. My code 1, this is my code updated now. Whatever I have done, it is saved. Entire software is nothing but you act, system reacts. Is this clear? Very basic concept. Very basic concept. You act, system reacts. What is this law? Newton's which law? Action and reaction. What is the law? Newton's which law? Action and reaction. First law, second law, or third law? Action and reaction. Is it Newton's first law or second law or third law? Anybody? You can type it. You can type it and then send it in QA. Third law, right? What is the first law then? First law. Somebody said first law. This is actually a system unless acted by external forces. Moving objects will be in moving state. Static objects will be in static state. That means without external action, it will maintain the state. That's the first law. The first law talks about something either static in inertia or something is moving in moving state. Will it move further or will it stop? To stop, an external force has to happen. For a static object to move, an external force to happen. So that external force is an action. It talks only about that. Either you don't act or keep acting. That is what the first law says. Third law says every action has a reaction. And then it also quantifies they are same. They are equal, but in the opposite directions. So it gives further details about the action and reaction. But the action or inaction talks, it is the Newton's first law. Okay, good. The important point is, somebody asked what is testing. You act, system reacts. Whether the reaction is actually correct or not. For example, I once again start sharing my screen. I go to the same screen. I click delete. Before I click delete, note it down. There are 160 items. Okay. This item is the last item. Now I click delete. It reacts. It is asking me, are you sure to want to delete? This is a system's reaction. My action is okay. I click okay. What happens? 160 has become 159. I go to the last page. That item is gone. So this is the expected reaction. Programmer codes. If the user clicks on edit, show a pop-up box. If the user clicks on delete button, show a pop-up box. If the user clicks OK, actually delete the record from the database. Who does the programming? The programmer does. You as a tester should say, oh, my customer said this way. I delete, it should give me a warning. That's what my customer asked. Oh, is it giving me a warning? I want to test it. Like this, for example, I want to go to the very first page. This shows 151 to 159. If I go to the very first page, my reaction is displaying 1 to 10. which is the right reaction. If I go to page 2, it should display 11 to 20. So if I go to page 8, it should display 71 to 80. That is the reaction and that is the expectation. So the entire software testing is nothing but check whether the reaction of the system or the application is same as expected or not. Oh, that is very easy. But when I give you a big software, 100 page, 100 forms, each form having some 40 fields, 100 into 40, 4,000 fields, checking whether it is reacting in the right manner, it is a nightmare. Programming is also difficult. Testing is also difficult. People always think a small project, 1 or 2 forms, a few fields. No. In companies, you'll be talking about hundreds of pages, each page having complex controls like grid, tab, multiple list boxes, select boxes, radio buttons. So testing the system, you need to be so meticulous. You need to be like an auditor. You need to be like a ticket checker. You need to ensure that everything is correct. Ideally, if you are paying money out of the pocket, you will expect perfection. That attitude, if you develop, you will be a good tester. As simple as that. Okay. Is this concept clear to you all? Stop my screen, come back again. Is this concept clear? If so, can you please raise your hands? Good. What we are trying to achieve here in this whole session is micro learning. Every day, you don't learn a very big chunk. Learn a small thing, small portion, but learn it well. So that lifelong you should not forget. You should remember, I still remember when I joined SR, when I joined TCS, who are all the people trained me. I still remember them. I am still in touch with them. So training is so important. You should not forget lifelong that if the teacher teaches in that manner, you will not forget. Do you remember your middle school teachers who taught you science, maths, English, Tamil? Do you remember them by face? Do you remember at least one incident that they inspired you? Your middle school teachers or your high school teachers? Do you remember? If so, please raise your hands. Yep, a lot of hands raised. Good, that is good. Yes, because that's the inspiration. So the teachers should inspire. And not learning everything in a big chunk in a short period of time also doesn't help, because brain is like a pot. You put a lot of water into it, it will overflow. It will overflow, as simple as that. So learn a small thing, small portion, but learn it well so that you don't forget. That micro learning, that is why we want to ensure 40 minutes you teach, then practice. 40 minutes you teach, then practice. This is exactly the way we want to proceed. Good. Now what I'm going to do is, once again, I'm going to run a poll now, just to ensure I am attending this session. That poll will start you. As an individual from my PC, I am attending this as a group from my college. Please answer that question. Okay, because we want to know a lot of colleges enrolled. We'd like to know how many colleges attend our sessions. Okay, so please answer the question. I just wait for at least half a minute or so. We want more colleges to attend these sessions because it helps a lot of people rather than wasting a lot of infrastructure by individual people. I'm glad that more than 14 colleges are attending as a group. Let me ask you one more question. I'll just publish the result. Okay. What I would like to also know is, if you're attending as a group more than 20 people, Please raise your hands. As a group, if you have voted that I am attending as a college, if you are having more than 15 people in your room, please raise your hands. Good. Because we also like to know, because I'm not seeing you. So we cannot open the video also, because if everybody opens the video, it will start eating the bandwidth. Good. Very glad to have you all. So the first thing is, every application has forms. Now, in every application, and the way we want to teach is exactly like the industry projects are there. Now I'm going back to the screen. Okay, I'm going back to the screen. What you see is a mini ERP. Okay, it's a very mini ERP. You could see something like lookups, you could see something like master, you could see something like transaction. Remember these words: lookups, masters, transactions. The same concept we will be dealing in databases also. I will be coming for databases also. Today, 1:30 session, Kaushik and Krishnan will take the operating system. Kaushik will give a lot of operating system internal related details also today. Okay. So after 2 weeks, I will be coming to database session also to teach database. Everyone in software industry must have a very, very good understanding of database. Okay. Ultimately, it is all data. Every program manipulates the data. So you need to have a very good grip on the data. Now, remember these words: lookups, master, and transaction. UOM means unit of measurement. When I say unit of measurement, I would like to say kilogram. Okay. Kilogram as a kilogram. Okay. Kilos by metric unit. Okay. Then I say add. If you go to the last page, that kilogram is added. So unit of measurement is, in any business applications, let us take ration card applications. They need to know unit, because I will sell soap or shampoo in units 1, 2, 3, like that, by count. Whereas rice or sugar, I will do it in kilos. Whereas for oil, I will set it in liter or milliliter. So that is called unit of measurement, UOM. Remember these things. Okay. In companies also, only real-time applications are being used. So unit of measurement, or UOM, is a measurement, is a field. Now I say tax code. Any financial application, you will talk about GST, sales tax, surcharge, CGST, VAT, MAT, minimum alternative tax, MAT, then personal income tax. So tax codes. So there is a code, there is a description. What I do is, I give these things, add, it will add it in the grid. It will add at the last. Okay. Same way, I will have roles. Organization role, meaning what is the responsibility of this person. One person may be a general manager, one person may be the ATM handler, one person may be the collection officer, one person may be the loan appraiser, one person may be the jewel loan appraiser in the bank, assistant manager. All these things are roles. Roles meaning what are you working as in that company, not the designation. Based on your responsibilities, the role is defined. Every application, any ERP you take, role will be there. Any financial application you see, tax codes will be there. Any manufacturing ERP applications are there, you will see unit of measurement. And any financial application, you will see currency. Okay. Suppose I say AUD, then I say Australian dollar. Okay. Then I say add, it asks me for give me two more digits. Okay. I say AUD01. AUD means Australian dollars. I just give 01 because there is a validation that this guy has done. It should be minimum 5 characters. Any financial application, you will have currency. Any manufacturing application, you will have category. If you go to a store, big Spencer Plaza or say Spencer store, more stores, any stores, big bazaar, it's a store. Shirts is an item category, pants is an item category, shoes is an item category, soaps, shampoos, right? Sweets, everything is an item category, because within soaps, I will have models like or brands like Hamam, Liril, whatnot, Synthol, Lifebuoy, Dettol. Same way, if you go to medicine, then tablets, tonics, injections, inhalers. So these are all item categories. Any application you will see, manufacturing application, item category will be there. This is just a tip of the iceberg. We just give sample to you. The lookup, where is this lookup used? Because somewhere in your list box, what is the type of this item? If you see a small list box, it is called lookup, a category. Now I'm asking you, in railways reservation system, what is the lookup that you can see? The lookup. See? Seat, say class. First class, second class, first AC, second AC. That's a lookup because it comes in the list box. Sometimes it may be in a list box, or maybe it may be 3 or 4 radio buttons. Then another type, wherever you see types, seat or berth. That's a lookup. A lookup means, what is the category? What is the definition of a lookup? Will appear in list as a type, small in number. There may be, within item categories, there may be hundreds or 200s. It may not be in millions. Number will be long. It may not be just, it may be 1 or 2, it may be 10, or it may be even 100 also, because in a big store, you have lot of item types. That's a lookup. It will be like an acronym or a name and a description. That's all. What does it mean? KGS, kilograms, LTR, liter. Like that, there will be a small, because you will not be able to fully spell it out. There will be an acronym or a small abbreviation and then a description. That's all. But it will appear wherever there is a category that you want to define. Senior citizen, again, not senior citizen, type of the person, right? Like that, even the state codes, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, these state codes are very limited. Once it is limited and they do not change much, they all, I'll also add this, values do not change often. Number of states or number of union territories or the name of the union territories is not going to change much. It is going to be there. So all these things are called lookups. Is this clear? If so, can you please raise your hands? Lookup values. Is this clear? Okay. Someone asked a question. We have not received a message from our college. Please talk to the single point of contact of the non-Moodle 1 team within your college. They'll be able to register you. And if you don't get the links, you can straight away come to openmentor.net and then join the link and then attend the webinars. As well as you can go to learn.open.net. Even without logging, it will show you the video recording. So absolutely, there is no problem. Okay. Registration is required because you'll be doing quiz and assignments. To submit that, you need that registration. To view and to attend any of these things, the required registration is not a mandatory thing. Okay. So please wait for 1 or 2 days with your, so that your non-Moodle 1 team or a single point of contact in your college will help you to do that. Is the lookup concept clear? Can someone give another example? I want you to tell. Okay. What lookups you have seen somewhere else in any other application? Forget about railways reservation. In any other application, have you seen lookups? A list box that shows some categories or types. College applications, it will tell whether you belong to this category, general category, or this EWS category. That's a lookup. Okay. Sometimes it will also show what is your profession, software, or say your parents' profession, farming, teaching, medicine. That list of professions is a lookup. So whatever you typically see as a type or a category, it's all lookups. There's another question someone asked. We can get certificate after upskill. Yes, you will get certificates provided you attend the sessions, as well as we don't maintain individual attendance for attending the sessions, but you need to definitely attend our quiz over the weekend, Saturdays, and minimum 75% of that. If you push about 20 weeks, right? 20 MCQs will be there. At least 75% of the MCQs you should have attended them. I don't worry about the marks, but you should have attended them. So that is the only thing that we look at as a participation certificate in this. Over and above that, if you have scored well, we'll be giving appreciation certificates as well. Okay. And there will be some surprise awards if people score well consistently. That is also there as a surprise awards to people. Good. The next thing is masters. The next concept you need to understand is master data. What is a master data? Let me show that. I'm sharing my screen. Master data. It is a group of data elements typically identified by a unique identifier. You might have seen in railways reservation system. Let us take a train. These are a train. How will you identify? Unique train number. Then train name. What all the other things associated with the train? Oh, what all the data associated with the train? You tell me. You type it in the chat box and then send it to me. Yes, correct. Starting station, destination of the train, right? Correct. Number of coaches, whether it is a type of the train, very good, express or passenger, capacity of the train, correct. Then which days? Certain trains run only on Saturdays and Sundays. Certain trains do not run on Saturdays and Sundays. Which days it runs? Good. All these things are, the train number is unique. 1207 or 11625. And 11625 starts from Rameshwaram to Chennai. 11626 starts from Chennai to Rameshwaram. So, and one may have 18 coaches, another one may have 20 coaches. Capacity in each class, one may have 2 AC coaches, one may have 4 AC coaches, but all these things are associated with that particular train number, and that must be unique. That cannot be a duplicate. If you see a unique identifier and associated data, that is called master data. In database also this will come, remember. So let me go back to my screen. If you look here, there is something called items master. In a warehouse, there will be item, correct? What is an item? For example, let me say hammam soap. What is the unit of measurement? Let me just select something, okay? Let me select something because I should have added you count. Reorder level. In a store, what they will do is they will have some stock. If the number of stocks go below 100, they will order again from the warehouse. Reorder level, if it goes below 100, order again. Reorder quantity, order another 500 soaps. Item category, I can say category 1 are soaps. If I add as a soap as a category, you can do that. So one item, this is hammam soap. I add this. Then I can also add another item, little soap, or say some other thing like Gillette razor, factory razor pack. I can have the unit of measurement as something else. Reorder level is 25. Reorder quantity is 25. Category is this. Same way, in a HR application, employee master, employee ID, employee name, date of birth, designation, salary level, number of dependents, married or not, all these associated data are directly associated with that employee ID uniquely. So if you go to any application, ERP application, there will be a master, item master, vendor master, departments master. If you go to a bank, branch master, State Bank of India, T Nagar branch, located, that branch will have a unique ID, correct? And then it will have a unique IFSC code. That branch will have a unique address. When the branch was started, that's a date. So that is associated with the branch. So branch master, employee master, customer master. Nagarajan is a customer. Nagarajan has a unique customer ID, Nagarajan's name, address, and then some of the identification marks, Aadhaar number. All these things are associated with that unique account number of a unique customer ID of Nagarajan. Essentially, the KYC all masters. Branch master, equipment master. Imagine that Chennai Transport Corporation has got thousands of buses. So each bus is part of the record. Every bus is uniquely identified by some identifier. So you will have masters and lookups in any application. Is this clear? Is this clear? If so, please raise your hands. Good. Perfect. Excellent. Because these concepts are extremely important that everyone should understand. Throughout our course, you will be seeing complex screens, simple screens, medium complex screens, lot of fields, lot of data getting into the system. Okay. Now, let me ask you a very, very simple question. The screen may be just one. The amount of data that the screen produces may be terabytes. How is it possible? Let us take an example. SBI has got how many branches? Let us say, assume SBI has got, let us say, 50,000 ATMs. Okay, ATMs alone. Just an example. Okay. In each ATM, every day, if just 10 withdrawals happening in a day, 10 withdrawal per ATM, what happens? Within a single day, 5 lakhs withdrawal data goes to database. Within a day, in a single day, 10 million records, I say 1 crore records will go to railways reservation system. If you are booking for Diwali, within the Tatkal time itself is 1 crore or 10 crore tickets will be booked, just like that. But it's all the same screen. It is the same Google screen. Okay. It is the same Google screen, just one data element. Millions and billion users are using it. One screen, one element, search and then hit enter. That's it. This is used by millions of users, billion users in fact. So screen may be one, data may be infinite, and data may be growing. This is the first thing that we should have in our mind when it comes to testing as well as development. Programs and screens are finite, they are limited. data is growing, growing, growing. Okay. With that, I will stop here. Okay. I will stop here now at this point. Again, as usual, we want to have an exercise. Before giving an exercise, I want to show something. Okay. How many of you have heard about Yellapragada Subbarao? How many of you? Have you heard of Yellapragada Subbarao? Can you please raise your hands? Then 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. I'll tell you for the others. I'm sharing the screen. We have forgotten this great person, Yellapragada Subbarao. This is this person. Who is he? What is he? Let me go there. Amazing person. Look at the time, 1895 to 1948. He was one of the topmost medicine person. He studied in Madras Medical College. Then he moved to US. Okay. He discovered so many medicines, including folic acid as a cure for tropical sprue. Okay. And he has, some of his inventions led to, I think, even penicillin. Okay. So he has done amazing amount of work in terms of if you look at his life and his education and then his contribution, he should have been given Nobel Prize. Unfortunately, he couldn't get it because of let us not get into that. But the thing is, amazing person that we should respect. His contribution is immense in terms of medicine, and because of him today a lot more things are happening based on those initial medicines, because during this time cholera, typhoid, diphtheria, smallpox, everything was there prevalent, and he was able to develop methotrexate for the treatment of cancer and led the department at these laboratories, right? So he's look at this, discovered aureomycin. So folic acid, aureomycin, cancer drug, way back in this time frame, boss. 75 or say more than 100 years ago. Amazing person. So India has contributed this person towards the betterment of medicine for the world. Unfortunately, apart from a few stamps and a few statues, Yellapragada Subbarao has not been given due recognition in the books. We should respect this great person. Our Bharat, India is great. With that, I will stop this session. Okay. Every session I would like to know about, I would like to give some inspiring stuff about our great India. We will take a break, 5 minutes break. But before that, the exercise that you need to do after the break is you take, let us take a bank. You know banking system. So you take a bank. For the bank, what are all the lookups? What are all the masters? You write. I have already told branch master as one thing. Like that, list out lookups, some examples for lookups. Same way, write down master, at least one or two masters. When I say master, there should be a unique number. Branch master, I told, branch ID, IFSC code, everything is associated with that branch ID. Same way, you, for a bank, think what can be a master data, which can be uniquely identifiable. Associated with that, what could be the data elements. Write it down in a notepad. 15 minutes for that. Okay. Now it is 11:47. 11. Let us take a break till 11:55. Okay. 11:55 to 12:10. You do that exercise. 12:10. We will again come back and then discuss that exercise. Okay. Is that a good deal? Thanks.